What is going on, YouTube? This is your boy Ligo 1/2 Endure. And give me a second here. I'm trying to plug something up. Alright then. So let me show something. What is that? Yeah, no, I know. That's charging it right now. Okay. Sorry about that. So what's going on, people? Basically, I'm home chilling. Just talking about random. This is basically random talk. So we talk about regular anything interesting. If anybody is going to chat, ask questions, do what you got to do. Right now, just like I said, just chilling, taking a little break, and trying to sell some stuff, of course, for what's going on in gaming. I thank everybody out there who, I've been getting a couple of new subscribers to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully, I'll give you more material. Basically, right now, I am working on one or two material right now to put up on the channel, so you'll see more stuff. I've not done a jukebox as well too. I'm trying to see if I can do 2 jukeboxes. One Splatoon related, of course, and 2 is a Xenoblade related. One, just get a heads up for that. So if you like to hear music, you want to rock out or chill, you're in the car and you use YouTube to stuff, yeah, you could use that. Excuse me. Also seeing that a lot of American people are. Give me a second. Okay. Shouldn't be no drop in charging. But anyway, yeah. Of course, y'all, like I said, last video, you basically see that I had talked about online service and what it is. If you want my opinions on it, you could go there and check it out. People are, so a lot of people are irate about certain things. Why are you doing this? Are you not plugged in? Oh. No other place. Alright, sorry about that. I'm trying to plug something up and it keeps on making noise. I'll just take it off for now. Anyway, so if you want to know about my thoughts about Nintendo Online, you could, like I said, you go check the last video. I put all my thoughts into that one, so y'all could see what's going on. Good, bad, indifferent. Some crazy stuff going on in those in gaming. Also, I think I downloaded that from my phone. So again, yeah, some more stuff that's gonna be towards my talking about video games, of course. But let's get into some stuff. Sorry about all the rambling. That's just a random talk. I was just trying to get some stuff straightened out, and I say, hell, if I'm gonna be in this room, why not just do a podcast? While I try to get some of the videos so I can set it up for next week. So that said, a lot of other companies have now done their financial reports. Some did, most people did all right. a little bit something a little better than expected. So shout outs to those who did that, and you know what, made some money. Again, I do not want the industry to die, but like I said, one of the videos that's gonna be coming out, you're gonna see why I said why I said. So it won't be nothing too, nothing new, of course. Anyway, you got some interesting, you do have some interesting stuff in there. They decided to jump on board with Switch support. What's going on, Jack Gates? So there are a couple of nuggets that's been important, and Jack is right. A lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon. We're going to support him in this game, import this game, do all kind of stuff now. It's the hot new thing out there. So, yep, that is true. That is true. One of the things again that I don't want to be proven right, but it is what it is. So we had Capcom release some of their stuff, of course. And I remember when some people was talking about, I know about my numbers and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, I know what it was, how that was set up. And Capcom has released overall numbers, which is something I was surprised that they would do. So that's pretty cool that they release overall numbers. Now, of course, Resident Evil 7 has been selling quite well for them. They saw strong sales. The company now has just reached to 5.1 million, which is not bad. That's good for them. And so, like I said, to me, it's a one-off game. Is it a game I think people should play? Yeah, I think it's a cool game. Go out there, enjoy, have fun with it. It's for me. I already played it once, and I never want to play it again because it's just don't have that replayability that I look forward to. Like, I mean, even Dark Side Chronicles and Umbrella Chronicles have more replayability than that game to me, and those are Unreal shooters. Because 7 just depends on jump scares. It just don't have the iconic pull to make me want to stay with the game. Like how I want to play with Resident Evil 4 or 3 or 2 or Chronicles, or, stuff like that. Even though their primary game did big numbers, it's still not meeting the goals of the year. Date numbers. Capcom decided to finally bring over Monster Hunter because Monster Hunter World is not up to the standards. I don't think it's not up to their standards. Reading the numbers I'm seeing right now that I'm reading, no, they brought it over because they came late to the show. Capcom, Monster Hunter World is surpassing. It's surpassing because let me see here. Monster Hunter World has done 8 million. That's no easy feat for Capcom, really, for them. So that's pretty cool that they did that. So Monster Hunter World is doing their thing, doing this thing. I don't see any Monster Hunter World is doing this thing. So and they have not listed the budget in what I'm looking right here. So I can't compare and contrast to see if it's good or bad. But looking at the best selling games from Capcom, it's doing really great. I mean, Resident Evil 5 in its lifetime sale is done 7.3. So if it surpassed that in a lifetime sale, and 5 came out a long time ago, yeah, I can't argue with that. I still can't believe people bought Resident Evil 6. Ugh. Ugh. Nah. Only one story in that game was Leon. That was it. I was like, nah, I don't want that. All other games I didn't want. Look for me. Somebody had that game because I did not. I was gonna buy that game. When I heard that Shinji Mikami, Shinji Mikami basically said that he's walking away from Capcom, and I was like, yep, you know what? That's a good way to walk away because that is not. Bad taste came out. Trying too many things at the same time. I thought they projected 10 million for Monster Hunter World, but only achieved 8 million, at least from what I heard. That's in the IR I'm looking right now, Jack Gates. I'm not seeing the budget. That's why the budget was telling me what they were projected, but I don't think being that the Monster Hunter team is a humble team and not gun crazy as Capcom want them to be. I would say that I don't think Monster Hunter World within, because it came out in February, right? So yeah, it reached you. It did what it wanted to do. I'm just going off of that's my just looking at it from the outside and looking at the numbers right here. I think they did quite well. If they projected 10 million, which again I'm not keeping up too much on Monster Hunter World because I'm not a Monster Hunter World person, really. I'm not against it, just never really messed with it except for stories, which I like. And I like stories. Gotta finish that game. But yeah, it's still, if you could outdo games that came out a long time ago, yeah, it's lighting up the charts for Capcom. It's keeping Capcom's butt out of fire. Let's just put it that way. Keep in mind that's unit shipped. That's not equal. No, this is unit sold. This is unit sold, Raphael. The same unit. This is unit sold. Same unit shipped. So you gotta worry about that part. I'm not. This is unit sold. They ain't gonna do that on the IR page like that. Difference. I'm not looking at no story. I'm looking at the IR pages. Monster Hunter team. No, excuse me. Sorry about that. Monster Hunter team, how to budget their games. That's one of the few teams that know how to Capcom. Also, it has been played DLC option as well, or was that release free? That part I looking at the scene. Don't have any plans. Okay, yeah. You're wrong, Jack Gates. You come to one YouTuber that would read. So let me read here. Give me a second. Let me clean my glasses. Okay, let's see here. Well, according to what I'm reading here, they're going to release some DLC. And they didn't say if they're going to release it free or with money. Now, Monster Hunter has a legacy of releasing free content, so let's hope the team does that. They still have DLC for the game, but it doesn't state they're going to release paid or non-paid. So we'll see. Like I said, even with Monster Hunter Stories, they release a lot of free DLC for that game, which I appreciate, and they did it, and then did it in the games in the past. So yeah, I hope they keep that trend going. Should we expect players coming out of Monster Hunter World give Monster Hunter Generations unlimited low scores for being inferior. I don't know if it might be because I know how people think, but if you know how my thing is, Raphael, is just like let's just look at games for what it is, and we'll see how that works out. They could do that. I could see it. Don't get me wrong. I can't see where you're coming from, but because I don't see because they're gonna say, "Oh, it's on the Switch." You guys get the poor man's Monster Hunter. Okay. And like I said, y'all want graphics and flashy stuff. That's cool. I put Monster Hunter stories over any of those Hunter Worlds or whatever because he has a story, it's single player, and it's an intriguing story. I like it. From what I've been playing, I like it so far. Gotta be playing it again, of course. Okay, let's see what else here. What do we get else from Capcom? Give me a second here. Gotta like how gamers do certain things. So, all right. So, what else? Let me see. Looking at that's right here. So the top 10 best Capcom selling games. So, Monster Hunter World is like number 1, Resident Evil 5, 6, and Street Fighter 2 on the SNES. Wow. It's kind of weird that they ain't put in. I don't. I remember when it first had it, it was at 7 million. And all its iterations, which was Resident Evil 4, and I don't see them. I do not see them. I did a video about this, but I don't see Resident Evil 7 doing what they wanted to do. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. Seven's basically Seven's at its halfway mark because they wanted to do 10 million in its lifetime. Yeah. None of the Resident Evils that they ever released has reached the 10. So, and then every year it gets diminishing returns. But we'll wait and see. I do like how they released I do like how they released the lifetime franchise number. You have Resident Evil at 38. Wow, I did not even know that. This is pretty cool. I didn't know they had 123 titles. Gotta be like for each iterations or whatever of the games. Gotta be like the Xbox and the 360s and all that other stuff. Gotta be. Like a Street Fighter, 40 million with 86 titles. Monster Hunter, 48 million with 41 titles. Mega Man, 32 million with 136 titles. Good God. Devil May Cry, 16 million with 26 titles. Dead Rising, 12 million with 22 titles. Marvel vs. Capcom, 8.7 million with 16 titles. Onimusha, 8 million with 12 titles. Ace Attorney, 6.7 million with 26 titles. Lost Planet with 6.1 million with 17 titles. Now, what's interesting in the Capcom's report is this. The DLC for Monster Hunter World is free. I'm shocked that the developers want it in the argument with Capcom. Well, like I said, I said I didn't say it's free. They did not list is it going to be free or not. They just said they have DLC and they're going to come out with Monster Hunter World. I'm just hoping in the past they have done free DLC in the past. So I'm just making sure I clear it up. I don't want to mislead you. In the past, they have done free DLC. They don't charge for it. So yeah, just I would think they're gonna do that same thing as well in that regard. I hope they do. I like you just said, Gates. I hope they want it out and they keep that tradition going. Don't let the greed get to you guys, Capcom. But again, Monster Hunter World is keeping their butts out of fire. I'm sure Monster Hunter World costs a lot of money. Like I said, I'm not seeing the budget, so I can't ask that question really, Doc. But give me a second here. Give me a second, Doc. And give me Doc or anybody else. I'm just put out a. Give me a second. Kind of a little bit tired. My eyes are a little burny. I want to set up this thing. Got a lot of people full of crap. Give me a second. I'm trying to get to that. If you want to join, Doc, and the usual, anybody at that spot, the link is. I know it's public, but yeah, link is there, so you could join in on Google Plus. So let me see. Let me go back in because there's something in here that's quite interesting. That's what I want to talk about with the Capcom situation. It is quite interesting. The profit margin for the 3DS versions are a lot higher, I'm sure. Yep. Again, I won't doubt it. I just don't. Like I said, I'm not. They're not giving me the budget of the games in their market setup right now. So I'm just. Yeah, I'm not going into deep. Unlike with Nintendo, I'm not deep diving into Capcom or Namco Bandai, Sony, whatever. I mean, it's just like I'm a stockbroker. Like I look at the stocks that interest me, and then I go deep dive in it because that's what the channel's all about. Nintendo. That's what Enduo means. But I still like games from all over and I play games on different consoles. So yeah, that's why I'm looking at the numbers from Capcom. Let me see here. So back to that situation. Okay, here's what which is interesting to me. So Street Fighter 5. Oh, that Street Fighter 5 is such a disappointing game. That's one. Street Fighter 5 has now sold 2.1 million. God, that is horrible. All that cockiness, all that talking, and only 2.1 million. Gotta love it. Capcom, you screwed up on Street Fighter 5. You really did. You really did on that one. You that one was funny. 2.1 million is what you sold. Oh well. And of course, the other joke of the of this that I'm seeing here. Let's see. Oh God, Street Fighter 5. I hope that Sony money was worth it. But it wasn't worth it because that thing's really bad performing. And another bad performing game, of course, if you know what it is, you can tell what it is. And it did exactly like Street Fighter 5. And that is Marvel versus Capcom Infinite. That thing is a supreme failure. A supreme flop, a supreme failure. It sits at just 1 million. 1 million. It sold 100,000 in the first from since January. Only 100,000 is sold. This game we should have done way better, and Capcom stuck its foot right in his mouth and just spewed out crap after crap after crap. Excuse me. I apologize for that. That is, whew, that's just not good. Poor Capcom. Poor MVC. Oh man, it sucks. Did Capcom really know what they wanted to even do with Street Fighter 5? No, or MVC. I don't know. With Street Fighter 5, they thought they had a cool deal, and I did a video about Sony. What the hell are you doing? They thought they had a cool deal, and it backfired. Because remember, Street Fighter sold 1 million in 1 million initial month, and then 9 months later, all combined 9 months later, sold only 100,000. And it looks like Marvel vs. Capcom is doing a little better, but still, it's January, February, March, April. We're April, so March. So the first 3 months of January 2000. Oh, sorry, not January. The first 3 months of 2018 combined, Marvel vs. Infinite has sold almost less than 100,000. Basically 900 and what 99 point something 99.800 thousand. Jeez. Capcom, I don't know what you're doing. Street Fighter Arcade Edition apparently so worse. Well, I'm not surprised. Capcom need to learn to stop doing that stupid thing of holding it back. Well, I'm not surprised it's so worse. The first initial game didn't so well. The second one wasn't so worse when you have all this stuff in there, which we know that was like Doc, and Doc has done a video about this. I have done a video about this. We know they're gonna do that bull crap, definitive edition. We saw it coming a mile away before Street Fighter 5 came out with all what they were doing. And wouldn't be surprised at E3. Capcom said we're gonna have a Marvel vs. Infinite, definitive edition. They did it for all the other. They did it for the one before, the Ultimate Edition. Doc's basically, and I was the same thing with Doc too. That they released the arcade edition, and then they did not include DLC 3. I did a video about that too. Like Capcom, you keep on effing it over and over and over again. Was one of the producers on both of those games? That I don't know the answer to. If it's the same producer who put his foot in his mouth, I won't be surprised. Holy crap. That is crazy. So your fighting game has gone down the trash. Well, Namco Man has taken the reign. And shout outs to, even though I'm not buying it day one, I'll put respect where respect is. Blaze Blue Cross Tag is gonna do a demo and put it on the Switch. So that's cool. I'm happy to do that. People, you go check. Hopefully, y'all when it comes out, y'all check it out. I'll wait until all the characters get released, or whatever, to pick up that game. I'm not 50% of them characters on it. No, not doing that. But I respect them for at least doing that, so they could test out the net code and everything, and also because you're playing it offline. So yeah, I'll be playing that game and I'll pick up the demo. So that's cool. Namco Bandai give me shout outs to what it is, to how that works. Okay, give me a I said, I don't know if you can join in or not, Doc, because I could kind of need someone to pick up some of the slack because I'm doing something. Have you heard Street Fighter Collection is on a cart? Yeah, I've heard that. And you're looking for that. I'm looking for that demo. Capcom's being Capcom. Who knows? That is also true. Capcom being Capcom. So I need. Where would documents? Like I said, I'm here. Where is brief? It should be an S. Okay, there it is. Okay, good. Anyway, I was saying that, yeah, it's Capcom. We'll see what they're doing. Namco Bandai, that's doing good. The next game that's just catching my eye. That ain't caught my eye. I always kept my eye out on it, and it's looking pretty good so far. They have added Gunvolt. They've added they have a trailer for it now, opening trailer, and they open Isaac from Birth of Isaac. Isaac from Birth of Isaac, which is weird in itself, but yep, that is pretty cool. And that's Blade Strangers. I am looking forward to Blade Strangers. Excuse me. I am looking terrible forward for Blade Strangers. That's a game that I have. Oh, that is. That. Did not know that. Oh, that wouldn't be there. Okay, move this back a little bit. All right, so we have that going on. One was the producer of Street Fighter, so I guess he is safe, even though he's on the ground through the process of fighting game. I guess he's a fan. Let's get excited. Sarcasm. Oh, that's sarcasm, all right. I'm happy Nintendo is localizing the real Monster Hunter game. You're wrong, Melman. Yeah, Doc, you could join in. You should see the link in Google Plus. Like I said, I'm trying to set up, do a little work while I'm doing stuff in the background, so it's gonna be dead spots. I'm trying. That's where you see me. I'm not as talking fast or cohesive as I do when a podcast, when I'm talking about a specific topic. That's why I labeled it a random talk, so you can talk about anything. And I send a link out to anybody who wanted to join in. I was going to buy SF Collection, but half of those games are a waste of space. I agree. It's a waste of space, but I'll still buy it. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the collection, and maybe not the day one, but I want to buy a collection just as a backup, so I can have it, just so I can have it. I will get it around Black Friday for about $20. G Alpha makes it worth the 40. Yeah, like I said, I just as a backup to play those games, and now now the Switch Pro controller. Hell, Switch Pro controller. I have my Wii U Pro controller, and yep, using the D-pad and everything. Hell yeah. Like I said, Doc, yeah, if you can again, join in if you can. My motto and feelings with Capcom is that those who don't know, at least they're trying to do the right by gamers. They are failing with what's right by gamers, but they ain't EA. So, oh, speaking of that, I might gotta do a special video about this. Thank you, Gates. I might gotta do a special video about this because hell has frozen over from all what I've seen. I might. This is shocking. Liger of Endure, who used to work at EA, who have said horrible stuff about EA, might gotta praise EA for something they did that I just learned now. Something that I've said a long time ago that should happen, and if they're doing this and it's no problem, even if you gotta pay for it, I am super cool with this. I might myself pick this up because of what's going on. And that, of course, I'm talking about FIFA. That if they rolled in a DLC to do Hellforce over 2 years ago when the Cubs won the World Series, you're wrong. You're wrong, RS82. I was going to skip Street Fighter Collection, but I can get Blade Strangers instead. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I'll get straight Blade Stranger before anything. You're right, Renovin. If you're new to the channel, if you heard me say this when I used to work at EA, I used to tell EA, stop with the year by year thing with FIFA. Just do little updates. I'll pay for the DLC to change the updates, and like every 3 years or 4 years, release a new engine with the FIFA, with FIFA. Well, it looks like they're not releasing a FIFA World this year's World Cup, and I know I saw no FIFA World Cup games coming out because World Cup starts next month, and I'm a big football fan. World Cup starts next month, and I ain't seen no big push for the FIFA World Cup game, which those are the games most I buy. So they're putting in a DLC in FIFA 2018 for World Cup. That is what I've been saying to do all along, and dang nabbit, thank you, EA. I can't believe I gotta be praising you. May 2018. All the bad things I've said about you. Who would have thought? I would have never thought that. So here am I praising you for something, even though I've literally said that to you when I used to work with you. But you know what? If you're thirsty and you're looking for water, a drop will feel like a cup. I can't believe I'm praising EA. Holy crap. Now, if you get your head out your ass and fix the other crap, maybe I will praise you more. But that's the only thing I'll praise you on. That right there is the only one I'll praise you on. Don't think them just yet like in about a month they gonna F up big. Well, again, they could do that. They could do it with Anthem. They could do it with E3. I don't really care. But for me, who used to work at EA back in 2006 or until 2000, close to 2010, really, to tell EA this kind of stuff and see that 2010. So right now, 8 years later that they're doing this, Jack Gates, I'm ecstatic that this is happening. As long as EA keeps the Ultimate Team nonsense out of the main game, I could put up with it. I agree with you with that, but I have to still give them credit. Instead of coming out with a whole new game to sell you $60, all kind of crap. No, they didn't. This is the right way to do it. This is the right way to do it. I'm happy to do it anyway. So I gotta look. I'm a real radio show when I talk about life and stuff like that. When people to get people to understand where I'm coming when I talk about politics and life and everything. I have if you've been listening to me, I always have phrases. One of my phrases is, I don't have to lie on somebody just because I don't like you. I don't mean that don't mean I gotta lie on you. I could prove you wrong even though that I don't like you. I could prove you wrong without lying on you. That's what that phrase really means. And that's why, like I said, I don't like EA. But if they do good, they do good. I heard a thing about Anthem that was a huge red flag, but I can't remember what it was. I've not followed Anthem that much. I don't have no super expectations for Anthem. I think it's not going to be what a lot of people think it is. Remember, that was a scripted bullcrap, usual stuff that EA pulled at the last E3. So we'll see what happens this time. Anthem. Man, that game is not looking very consumer friendly or very good. I don't need to write a Dear John letter to BioWare, so it's won't hurt as far as me slitting their throats. You're wrong, Jack Gates. You're wrong. Doc, where your ass is? I thought you were supposed to jump in. Okay. I would like to, if you're going to jump in, Doc, like I said right now. I'll give me a second, guys. I'm sorry for the dead air. I'm just trying to edit something here.
What's up, fool?
Thank you. You know, just took you long enough. Shit.
Well, I mean, since you begging, I thought I'd show up.
Whatever. I'm trying to edit a video, and that's what I'm trying to do. So since I'm here, let me edit the video and have it set up to go when I need it. But
and let me give a shout out to all those people in the chat. You know.
Yep.
Showing your support. Give it up to my man Liger for spitting what I call that gaming bibble. Bible bibble.
You're stupid. Oh yeah, and to be honest, Doc, I do have something I have to tell you off here. I found something out that I think that would intrigue you. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Now it's just something that we talked about in one of the other chats. Anyway, yes, it is crazy that, like I said, I gotta praise EA for something. Miracle. I'll tell you. It's a miracle that I'm doing that. But I give credit where credit is due. So I myself now might buy FIFA 2018 for the Switch. If I say speak my wallet, I want to praise them and I'll give a few shekels for them because they're doing the right thing now. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in the future. But
Nah, I tell you like this, man. In my opinion, yeah, they're making the right move, but here's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
and this is just me. You don't have to. You may not agree, and you guys in
Yeah.
the chat, you may not agree. But for me, of course, EA making the right move. Of course, is what we all want. And I know your first thought is, hey, you support companies when they make the right move.
Yeah.
But we've seen EA make the right move, and then once they felt they could keep making moves, they then started making the wrong moves immediately after that.
No,
See, to me, I need
yeah,
to
you're
see
right.
some consistency. I need you to make the right moves throughout the entire release of a game. Do, in other words, all the money you made from DLC, it's about time you release the game and you made all DLC free throughout that game's lifespan, and not just shitty DLC. See, if you make consistent right moves, and I don't mean to sound like a Nintendo fanboy, but like Nintendo has, like when they said Splatoon 1 would get free DLC the whole time, and it did. How Splatoon 2 has gotten free DLC for the whole first year, essentially, until the Octopad comes out. Hey, you make that consistent move, then I can come back and support you. I really can. But I can give them praise. Hey, EA, I won't shit talk you. That's my praise.
I got you. This okay. You catch where I'm coming from. What I said, I agree with you on that. I really do. It's like I
Because
understand because
they made it right. And I hate to bring this up, but let's be honest. They made the right move when the Wii U was announced. And
uh,
then, and you know how they said,
they didn't
we're
do
going to take you back to
nothing.
the gamepad.
No,
We're going to do
I
this.
know.
We're going to do that.
I
And
got the
then,
video. I got a video E3.
but what happened? And then also,
They didn't do
hold on.
nothing.
They- And then didn't they also, make the right move by porting FIFA to the Switch? And then look what happened with that FIFA. See, they love making a move to get fans to purchase, and then they shit on their back.
I got you. I
So, like
got
I said, for companies like EA and Activision, you got to give me a whole lot of consistency. And it can be half-ass consistency, but I need consistency to where you put the fans first, then I might come back. That's why I
you.
haven't bought a Black Ops since
Okay.
Black Ops 2.
Oh, please don't even talk about that crap.
No Call of Duties.
I ain't picking up the damn Call of Duties either because Black Ops 2 is the last. I bought Ghost and I gave it to my radio co-host's son.
I almost bought Ghost.
No, I
Now
bought it.
take the bet.
Yeah.
I technically, I say about 3 months after they came out, and this
Yeah.
after I already made my pledge. I technically have bought it from Toys R Us, brand new for $13, and I took it home. I looked at it and I said, no, 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 hell no. Let me keep my promise. I took that shit back.
Yep. But like I'll say this, like for me, Black Ops. Yeah, I bought Black Ops 3. They had. I ain't gonna lie. There's one sequence in this. I mean, I'm a story guy. That's why I'm not multiplayer. But there's one sequence in this story that was pretty damn cool, and I was like, oh man, it was set up, and that was when they fought in Panama, and the guy got the missile off to break the dam, and you had to fight through the water and stuff. That was pretty cool. I like that. That part of Black Ops, not Black Ops, of Ghost was pretty cool. The space shooting was a little cool too, like that. But as a whole, is a blah. But nah, Black Ops 2 itself, loved it from beginning to end. Love Black Ops 2. Love the bad guy. I mean, that's just Menendez was just perfect. That's one of my favorite.
Even the online multiplayer for Black Ops 2 was probably one of the most balanced out of all of them.
I got you, and like I said, for all the people who like that, that's good. Now you know me, I'm not, but I just love that story. That story was good, and then when I saw Black Ops 3, and they didn't even mention Menendez, it was like, what? How you can do 3? 1 and 2 was related, so 3 is not. What the frig, man?
And then they even find out that like they use like some of the same cutscenes from like Modern Warfare 2 to put in Ghosts.
Yeah, yeah. We should have known that. Well, I mean, Activision kind of, not just Activision. Basically, I mean, why should anyone be surprised? Activision's developers have been using basically the same engine with minor tweaks since the original Call of Duty. Like, 2 gens ago. So,
Yeah,
3 gens ago now.
But but just to get back on topic, hey, I completely respect you for wanting to support, EA when it comes to buying FIFA.
Well, no. Let me. Like I said, this is why I'm saying it. I'm not being a hypocrite when I'm saying, I'm with you because, like I said, I did a video about Mega Man and the one Mega Man game and everything changed with Capcom changed. I'm not trying to say that. I literally said this while I was at EA to do this shit, and it fell on deaf ears. And for them to do a free without buying, I ain't gotta buy no extra game or none of that crap, and them to do that. Now I'm like, okay, that's something I've been asking for, and I'll be saying that, hey, you did something what I personally been saying been done. Not like I've been on YouTube and talking about it.
No. I know it. It took a lot for you to even remotely consider doing what you're doing. But let me tell you what EA has to do for me to get back to buying their games,
and that is
they're gonna need to
suck dick.
They're gonna. No, seriously though. They're going to have to give me NBA Street. Hold on, NBA Street. They got to bring back NBA Street with no microtransactions, no BS. They got to bring back. Okay, no, but still EA. But they got to bring back NBA Street, NFL Street. I'll even go so far as to say FIFA Street.
Yeah, that's it. EA big.
And also bring back Need for Speed Underground without the BS of paying for tire smoke.
Well, good luck with that.
That part, I could let you slide on EA Big. The games that EA Big was good in, like I said, the SSS and the Exorcist series and everything. EA Payback didn't do well, and is the reason why.
I know. I'm saying that's why I said underground, meaning I want them to go back to the underground roots and make a game that fans can just love. Stop trying to nickel and dime us. Just make a game that fans love. Plain and simple. Don't make us pay $5 for 2 cars. Don't do that.
Forget the cars.
What, you don't like the roulette for the parts?
Yeah, that's stupid too. But forget the cars. I gotta pay the colored smoke of my tires. Fred, bad enough you charge for gas.
Hey, look, gas. I'm just telling you guys. Either EA has to give me some consistency in terms of being there for gamers.
I respect what you're saying. I got what you're saying.
And bring those shits back.
Yeah, I gotta say everybody has their thing, and I respect you saying that. Right there.
Just like I've been saying for years, ever since Black Ops 2, I said I would not buy Call of Duty again until they do what Red Faction did back in like 2008.
Environmental destruction.
You need to bring not that battlefield selective environmental destruction. I need Red Faction Guerrilla total environmental destruction incorporated into Call of Duty. Until you bring that in, until you make that something that's part of your franchise from here on out, I'm not buying a single one, because if you look at them, you can go back to Call of Duty 3 on the Xbox 360 up to the one now that came out last year. They're all the same. So guys, the multiplayer is the same.
Yeah, you're right.
Nothing changes.
And not only that,
but you can call an airstrike and you can survive it in a fucking corrugated steel shack.
But not only that, it's not just Call of Duty. If you look at every other franchise now, except for like the MOBA, the MOBA team-based, squad-based shooters like your Overwatches and your Fortnite and stuff like that, almost every multiplayer online shooter is falling down the Call of Duty rabbit hole of strikes and kill streaks, and you kill 3 people and this shit drops down and you can use it to do that. And it's like, I mean, it's all predicated towards basically rewarding people who are good at the game at the detriment of people who are trying to get into it. so that you basically are almost forced to spend money on what they want you to spend money on, so that they can basically get more of your cash.
Yep. I get what you're saying. Well, like I said, for me, I've been asking for this. They're doing it. I'm surprised they're doing it. That's what I say. Trust me. It takes every muscle of me to even praise EA. What are you talking about?
Hey,
you had to wash your mouth out after you said it.
Basically, I'm gonna do that.
Threw up a little bit. Well, EA did so. Sorry.
Exactly. No, you're right. You are exactly right. I was surprised when I dig down deep and I found this stuff. I was like, whew. But you know what? It is what it is.
When I heard it, I was like, well, I'm just gonna wait for them to fuck it up because that's what they do.
I got you. Hey, everybody, it can happen. Do not get me wrong, but like I said, I worked on two FIFA games along with two Need for Speed games with EA, and I have no problem saying, like I said, I've been saying this, and I was just surprised because basically what happened was I was talking to SK Massive. And he was talking about something else, and I was like, I'm a big football fan. That's who I am. I'm Team Brazil all the way. But I'm a big football fan. I was like, wait a minute. I've not seen him announce any FIFA World Cup 2018. And next month is World Cup. So I'm like, wait a minute, something's weird around here. And he was SK Master going, yeah, they're gonna do a free DLC or something. Like what? And I dig into it. I'm like, holy shit, hell has freezing over. I can't believe this shit.
No, you know what happened, right?
I get all the teams is basically most of the teams are working on that Anthem and all the other shitty games they're trying to pull out right now, and they just like fuck it.
That and they got tired of people bitching and complaining about the microtransactions and the loot boxes, and like people gamers for the time being have their eyes on EA, so they were like, well, we can't rape your wallet as hardly as we normally do, so I guess we'll do something sensible. But
you know what? That brings us something I want to mention, Red Fox. Check this out, guys. I actually plan on doing a video about this like months and months ago. I just hadn't got around to it. But I have a question. When is being a fan of something detrimental? And the reason I ask that question is because I know people, like here's an example, and I mentioned this in previous podcasts. When Batman Arkham Knight was about to be released and they came out saying they had a $50 DLC, I ran into someone on Google Plus that literally said, yep, I'm going to buy it. I'm like, they hadn't even told you what all was going to be in it. He said, yep, but I'm a Batman fan, so I'm going to buy it. You know, I'm a big fan of Batman. I'm thinking to myself, dude, I'm a big fan of Nintendo, but you would never, ever catch me just blindly buying DLC without knowing what the hell is in it. I'm sorry. If Nintendo told me right now the next Mario game is going to come out, it's going to have Mario. He won't even be able to jump. You just walk from the beginning to the end of the level and grab the flag, and it costs you $60. I'm not going to buy it because I'm a Mario fan.
That does not sound like a Mario.
I have discernment, but people today, I have been in other various conversations about different things in life. Like for example, let's say for gaming. I know people that say, yeah, man, I love Destiny 1. I'm definitely buying Destiny 2. Did you not hear them say they're going to have like 2 DLC packs available at launch for $30 a piece or $20 a piece? Well, yeah, man, but I got like, come on, think. Is that fair to you as a consumer? Like to me, you are a fan. It's okay to be a fan, but don't be a dumbass blind fan to where you do shit just because you like that product.
I would say
you like that IP.
I would say this. I get where you're coming from, Doc, and you're right. And it depends on the circumstances. I'm not going to deny that. It depends on the circumstances because the reason I'm saying that because there are people I could say that. Okay, like if you give me a certain producer's name or game designer's name, and he's being consistent, like you were talking about with EA being consistent, they would have to royally F me over. Of course, I never bought no game without looking at all the shit. Don't get me wrong. A good example is that game that just got released today. Not today. Yesterday, 2 days before, whatever. That game that looked like Street of Rage. For the name of it.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
It's called Burning Justice or something like that.
Yeah. I looked at many videos, and I'm for the first.
Looks like
glance,
garbage, don't it?
I ain't gonna say it look like garbage. No, it doesn't have the fluid movement that I thought, and also the hitboxes are really close to the character more than I don't see the reach. Every time I see other people playing the game, I don't see them connecting and making. I was like, I was the first. I was like, this was promising, but then I'm like, seeing people who actually play the game and stuff is like, I'm not looking at this no more as that. So, I'm like, if you tell me that, Hideki Kamiya is working on a new project and something like that, I'll be honest, I will blindly go into it hoping optimism, but I would still look, as you just said right there, at the end to still see, hey, I wonder if it's gonna be, it's not a bunch of crap or whatever it is, because just like people said, oh, Platinum Game is doing TMNT. I'm like, who's running it? What's going on? I gotta make sure, okay, that it turned out to be a really good game. But Platinum, I like Platinum, but it
was Platinum's development, but the publisher was the issue. That was Activision. But everyone pointed the finger at Platinum because it was an underwhelming game.
I think the real issue, Doc, Dr. Feelgood, is that really the real problem is that, like, you give people earn the right to have the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, if someone has consistently given you, if a developer has consistently given you good games, then they earn a certain benefit of the doubt, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, best example, let's look at Nintendo. More often than not, if Nintendo announces a Legend of Zelda game and they're like, it's coming out next year, I'm like, that shit's going to get delayed. Because normally Zelda games get delayed. That's just, that's par for the course. But, I mean, very rarely do we get a Zelda game that's just like, man, I can't fuck with this. Like, even if it's not something you may not, even, personal choice, I'm not wild about Breath of the Wild. I'll never say, well, it's just not a very good game or it has technical issues. But, I mean, the problem that I have with a lot of these casual gamers, because that's what they are, they're casual gamers, is that they know that someone has a bad history. They know that someone will release a shit product. They just buy it anyway. They don't care. Like, yeah, I know it's an inferior product, but fuck it. Who cares?
Good old peer pressure.
So, guys, did you guys hear about the Walmart Canada leak for upcoming games that haven't been announced yet?
No,
really don't care because it just.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, because when the game comes out, it comes out. That's the way I'll look at it. Because right now, there's a lot of people who data mine Xenoblade, and they're saying all kind of stuff coming out. And again, it's rumored it could do it. And the thing that sucks about it again, and I'm starting to dislike data miners because they just stick with a surprise and shock on all other games, man. I try my best to not watch spoilers if it's something like that, because I do want to be, even though I'm in my 30s, I still do want to generally feel like, oh man, that's a great gift that the developers give me, or the gamers. Let's be honest, I'll be honest, the gamers, like, oh man, that was a nice little surprise. That's good, man. You know what? Thumbs up for that. But when people just get in there, oh, you're gonna get this, and this, and this, and this. I'm like, man, why are you spoiling, you asshole?
And to be fair, I mean, I hate to say this, but look, I can't speak for Liger, but myself, it seems like as an older gamer now, it's like there are very few things that can shock me in gaming. There are very few things where I'm like, I didn't see that coming. Very few things from out of left field. Most of the time when someone announces something, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It's rarely I see something from left field. So
and I think about, and not to be down on what you just said, Raphael. It's just like we know right now the Switch is the hot thing. So now everybody's jumping on the damn bandwagon. Now they're like, oh shit. Let's get shit going.
Even Capcom got their thumbs from out their asses.
Well, the thing is, on this list, there's only about three Switch games listed here. The rest of them are PS4 and Xbox One games.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, I don't have those other consoles unless it's something exclusive like a God of War that might make me a little excited. Just to say, when I get my PS4 Slim, then I'll pick it up. Nothing really. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing really jumping out of that for me to be whatever. But I know now because like I say, looking at Capcom's thing, it was just you see nothing surprising. They put out as Red just said, they put in the head out of ass. But I did laugh and just bring up since you guys are here because I was on Capcom's you call it. I was on Capcom's IR pages talking about the stuff like this stuff, which is. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull back up the page. So their fighting games have been seeing the worst fight. They've been getting shafted for the longest of time, and that trend is not going nowhere.
Yeah.
We saw it coming. We talked. All of us individually have our podcast, so we talked about it, and I talked about it. But to see that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite just only 1 million, and only did 100,000 in the first 3 months. Jeez.
Yeah.
You might see another dark age of fighting games where there's a large.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Independents are is pulling because Dragon Ball Z Fighters is doing good. Tekken has done great for Namco Bandai. Then you have even though I'm not gonna buy it day one, but you have Blaze Blue Cross Tag, Blade Strangers is coming out, and so you have fighting games that's coming out. It might not be mainstream, which I don't really care for the crap, but if it's a good, solid, connected fighting game, I'm cool with it.
See, the problem isn't that the Capcom's fighting games aren't doing well. The problem is that the care and attention they used to put into their games, they don't
fall off. Yeah,
like basically, you can literally say that Street Fighter V doesn't have nearly the same level of polish and content.
Oh, we know that.
Here's how sad it is. Street Fighter 4, I have Street Fighter 4 for my 3DS, and I also have it for PC.
So do I too, yeah.
But the 3DS version was a more complete product, and that game, that version has never received any DLC. What it came with is what the game still has.
Mm-hmm.
That game is more complete than Street Fighter V now, with all the extra shit they added to it.
Well, after when Street Fighter, only now their sales number is 2.1 million.
And that's sad.
That's sad, yeah.
I'm not one of those people who's like, well, fuck Capcom, all this, because I do recognize what they did. I do recognize, like, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, none of these other motherfuckers would be around if it wasn't for Street Fighter. The 2, not the original Street Fighter. That game sucked. But Street Fighter 2 built the street that these motherfuckers opened up their stores on. Okay, Street Fighter 2 built that shit, and to see the people who built the street, laid the foundation, put the street signs up, then they start fucking up. I mean, it's like when Nintendo starts fucking up. It's like, damn, you need to get your shit together, son. Yep. So I mean, it's kind of sad, but they have no one to blame for themselves. Basically, Street Fighter started going down when Capcom stopped putting decent money into it, so that people could do shit right, and they started farming stuff out and then consolidating it after the fact. Which, I mean, look, there's some games you can do that too. If you're making like a Mega Man Battle Network or some shit, yeah, farm that shit out because it's an RPG. It doesn't require a lot of a lot of refinement. You can do that at the end. But Street Fighter is your baby. You don't fuck that up. But they did, just like with Marvel vs. Capcom. They farmed that out to Joe Blow and then act surprised. Oh, I can't believe this game sucks.
Yeah, and including with the movie doing so well, yeah, they really screwed themselves on that one. They screwed themselves really with what they did with Marvel vs. Infinite.
All they had to do was just basically, instead of trying to get that game out last year, what was it last year?
Yes, last year.
All they had to do was wait for it to come, was push it back for this year so that it would coincide with the movie and polish it up. because they knew that
And
shit.
shut
wasn't
them
right.
out. And shut them out. They walked to some of the, I've done the videos. They talk themselves into some bullshit.
I
Keep
mean,
them out shut.
to be fair, yes, it is. There is a big thing with the rights and shit like that. But look, gamers don't care about that. All they had to do, because they knew that shit wasn't where it should have been. They could have made original characters to put in that game, and no one would have said a damn word. Or they could have supplemented the characters that would normally be in that game with Capcom.
Or if they're gonna open them out, just say, well, we're coinciding with what the movie is, and give a hint to see what characters in there, and then you come to find out if you watch the movie, those characters are not in there. So they could have said that, but again, they went beyond saying what they said, and it was stupid.
Or to quote Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, "It went full retard, man." Hey man, don't go full. That is so inappropriate, but that is so fucking funny. But yeah,
it's true. It is true to tell people that that people don't know who X-Men is. I'm like, are you kidding me? What made you to even say that out of your mouth? Why?
Especially when they re-released Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which has X-Men characters in them.
Well, yeah, but that was before the whole what's going on with Fox and Disney and all that bullcrap. That's when that was going on. But still, they should have just said we're going with the movie again. I watched the movie, and it coincides with the movie perfectly in the character wise from the Marvel part of it. So they should have just did that way. But okay, again, they walked into that. They walk into a turd house and they're surprised that there's turd everywhere. I'm like,
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't even really care about the whole the X-Men not being there and stuff.
No, I didn't care either. I'm just saying, okay, one of my things I don't insult people's intelligence. Don't do that. Let's be
fair though. Like, don't insult gamers' intelligence. These are the same people who buy the same shit.
Okay, I got what you say. But you still didn't need to do that. Just like with the guy from Lawbreakers, not Cliffy B, but his arrogance caught up with his dumb ass. Because again, Radical Heights is not doing great either.
No.
Hey, Cliffy, you were talking about innovation and everything, and we don't need Nintendo. Now look at you, man, jumping on the hype on the trend bandwagon. Where's that innovation you were talking about? Freaking A.
Yeah, but I mean, let's keep it real. The vast majority of developers that leave the company they used to work with, that has the IPs that are like they're most known for working for, they don't do that well. Like, what the hell is Tomonobu Itagaki really working on now? Hideo Kojima is lucky that he jumped from the Konami teat to the Sony teat. And I think that teat's going about to run dry when Death Stranding comes out.
Don't worry about that. No, but yeah, it is. But I'm just saying, like, no. I mean, if you're gonna do Lawbreakers, you're gonna follow with Overwatch. I saw a video which was a very detailed video. Was do the opposite of if do the fun part of Overwatch, which is that's where your Lawbreakers were. But how about you do the thing that a lot of people? Well, here's the thing: do the thing that I myself said, because I played Overwatch and had fun with it, but I'm not gonna play always online game. I ain't gonna buy it. You could have done it, and the guy said the same thing too. You could have done a single player.
Yeah, because Overwatch, those are some really interesting characters.
Exactly.
Like, man, if there was a single player, I'd really like to learn more about these characters.
Yeah,
that's something they're not doing.
And Cliffy, you could have done that to separate yourself from it, so you don't have to worry about online users and all the time, all that stuff. And I gotta give our Gold Eagle, I gotta give props to him because he went into full detail. I was like, exactly, that would have made me want to go buy the game. But But Cliffy is an arrogant dude, and whatever. And now you tell, and of course it came with Radical Heights that was only 5 months in development, and that's not doing well either. You falling out of the Battle Royale bandwagon. I'm like, see what cockiness gets you?
Yeah, but Cliffy's always been kind of like unnecessarily arrogant about shit.
Yeah.
Cliffy B's kind of like a Western version of Hideo Kojima. Like, they both are kind of like overwhelmingly arrogant about stuff. And they're good games. I mean, they have made some good games, but most of their fans haven't played their good games. Like, people don't know about Cliffy B and Epic Games before they became Epic Games making Commander Keen. Ironically, the engine they used to make that was what they showed to Nintendo because they wanted to make a PC version of Super Mario Brothers 3. And like Nintendo's like, yeah, we're not putting our game on PC, so they took that engine and made Commander Keen, or them making the Jazz Jackrabbit games, or the original, those old PC first-person shooters. But everyone just knows them for Gears of War. And I'm like, dude, you kind of bought into your own bullshit a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, you remember that. Remember that. So
apparently, Minecraft for Switch is getting a physical release, and it's going to be using the Bedrock engine in June.
Well, that's good for that. I'm happy a lot of these people are starting to put their games on the cartridge because, again, I understand a lot of people's stance. The same thing with the Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze, and like I said, I respect Red Fox's opinion on how he feel with Mario Kart and everything. I'm buying if I'm rebuying a game, it's mostly because cards last longer than this. So I'm doing it for my selfish reason. When the game industry does finally crash and burn, and things are not looking good. What I'm seeing, even though you've seen the numbers and everybody's doing great, there are things that's just eating away the foundation. As you give the analogy, Red, of the street start fucking up. The foundation is getting shittier and shittier.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you know what? I'm seeing the foundation is shittier. Let me step away from the bridge. Let me step away from that house. I'm stepping away from that shit. Let me just take in. Let me go get my ice cream when I need my ice cream and whatever. And
you would think it's like, wow, you built this house on a foundation of sand. Why? And you're acting surprised. It's like, it'll be fine. We'll just keep on supporting the foundation, but it's built on sand. Even if you brace this shit, it's on sand. It's gonna keep on sinking, dumbass. But yeah, so they just they just don't.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I will buy some of the stuff that because of the cartridge last and whatever. But again, that's everybody has different experiences going on. And, looking at what's going on right now, this whole week has been a kerfluff of everything. Everybody has their own opinions online. That's all cool. I'm not, like I said, I blame in my video, I blame Nintendo and mostly more the gamers for because they pushed this narrative and now you got it and now y'all ain't happy. I'm like, never if you do, never if you do. And I wish Nintendo was like, don't follow these assholes because they're the vocal minority and they're messing it up for everybody.
We want these features with online. It's like, look. I mean, I've said this with every other online service. If you have an ISP, you're already fucking paying for online. And I know people are literally like, but what about listen, if you own a business, there's certain things that are a sunk cost. Like you're going to have to pay for, napkins, toilet paper, lights, electricity. It's a cost of doing business. You can't go to your customers. Well, I'm sorry. We need to keep these extra lights on. So on top of what you're paying for the product, we need another 15 to put on these lights.
Hey, Red Fox. I completely understand because I'll give you guys a real example of this type of greed in a different aspect. So where I live at, of course, almost every cable, almost every ISP is available. So I had Time Warner for years, right? 2 or 3 years.
Spectrum. Yeah.
So this is when it was Time Warner Cable. I had it for years. I think I was paying like maybe $60 a month for I think it was like back then, I think it was like $50 a month for like maybe 100 megabits per second, which is like their fastest speed. This is years ago, of course. Then one day, I look at my bill and my bill got like $10 higher.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And, they always have stuff like, some type of access cost and stuff like that. But I looked at something specific and it said modem. It said Wi-Fi cost. I said, wait, hold on. I have their Wi-Fi router. It's the one they issued to me. I've always had their router. So I called them up and I said, what is this about? They said, yeah, if you want to use Wi-Fi on the router, it's an extra $5 a month. And I say, but the fucking thing includes Wi-Fi as standard. So now you're gonna charge me $5 a month for something that is actually a standard part of the device. It's a router.
Well, hell, they charge you for routers now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but even then, it's like something I had always like. They would send me a router, you know, with the Wi-Fi and everything.
Yeah.
Get it all set up, but they just decided one day, let's just tell people that it costs $5 more to use the Wi-Fi part of it.
You think
it's a built-in feature?
You
like
think that's bullshit? I remember back in the day when people were putting the internet in your house through your like
telephone,
through your telephone company. You could actually instead of having to go through like it is now. Like really young people might not remember this, but you would get internet. You order internet for your house, and there was a certain point where like. You could actually get the modem and the routers and all that shit. Not like it is now, but the actual base thing, so that if you wanted to wire your entire house, you could. And it was like you just paid a flat fee, and that was your whole house would be set. Like your data center, the central thing would be in your house.
Then now it's per room.
well, no. Now you have to go through your ISP, and they give you the shit, and then they control it and all that stuff. Like it's basically what I'm saying is that it's like I know people are like, well, what about all these features? And I'm sorry. Look, listen. It's like I said in my video. These people who are bitching and whining, we want voice chat, we want achievements. Man, I don't give a fuck about no damn achievements. You want to? I've said this before. You want to know what the achievement is in playing a video game? Buying the game, taking it to your house, unwrapping the package, putting the shit in, and playing it. That's the fucking achievement, okay? Everything else is just you wanting to feel good about yourself.
I break it down to another level, even lower than that. You guys, you have been spoiled. I would say, actually, no, you haven't been spoiled. You've been fucked. You've been fucked by Xbox Live and to a lesser extent PSN. Oh, they offer voice chat. They do this. Nintendo needs to get with the times. It's like, but let me ask you guys something. How long was it before Xbox Live gave you voice chat from when it first launched? That shit wasn't the first year.
Nope. It was like I think it was towards the end of the original of the OG Xbox, and then like and here's the thing: Xbox Live is still not that good. Like I don't know why people. This is like the marquee. It's not that good.
And then on top of that, and we all know this because we have used voice chat on various other services. But let me let you guys in on a little secret. You bitching about voice chat. The voice chat quality, even on Xbox Live, is garbage.
Yep.
It's garbage. Let me ask you. Let me clue you into something else. Since you guys claim to build your own computers and know so much about technology, know it's cheap to implement, do you know that voice chat actually requires system resources? Even though it's powered by the ISP, it's powered by the internet, you do realize how things on the internet get processed, right? And they make it to your computer screen or they make it to your device. That device has to allocate resources to make this happen. So would you want your Switch to take away resources from maybe processing the AI of a game or its graphics to allow you to have voice chat with your friends? And people keep asking, why can't Nintendo put this on the Switch itself? Because, dummy, let's keep one thing in mind. The Switch, it is a home console, but it can be taken anywhere. So how can voice chat truly work on a system that can only connect to the internet if you use your mobile hotspot or you find a free Wi-Fi unlocked, unsecured, location? What about if you don't have any of that stuff available to you? Then guess what? You don't have voice chat. You can't do voice chat. So the least common denominator is voice chat does not have to be something you have to have. I'm sorry, I don't care to call up Liger or Mr. Red Fox just to talk to shit when I'm playing Zelda. Get the fuck off my phone.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where I think people are just. I think you had a case of gamers being like, we want to be like them. We want to be like them.
Yep, that's why I said in my video.
And it's like I understand the envy, but here's the problem.
We talk every week.
Types of gamers. Well, there's different types of gamers.
But hey,
to add upon this, one of our contributors in Video Game Facts mentioned that he recalled hearing that the developer for the Friday the 13th developer actually considered not having a built-in voice chat and wanted their players to use Discord instead. Something like that was met with outright hostility when it was said during the Kickstarter.
but people don't realize that really does sap the guys. Xbox Live has been around for over a decade, and the voice quality is still worse than Southwestern Bell was 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's bad. I mean, I would say this: it's doable in the same way that eating eating a sandwich that has slightly expired ham. I mean, you can eat it, but it's not recommended.
I won't go that far. It's like I'll use this analogy. It's like Xbox Live and PSN's voice chat is kind of like
a mildly unattractive woman.
Well, no. It's kind of like eating some slightly bad. It's kind of like eating some slightly bad milk, like milk that's slightly past its expiration date, to the point where it smells a little bit off, but you taste it and it doesn't taste sour, and you're like, I really shouldn't drink this, but it's not quite there yet. You can do it, but it's just not there. You know, it's like you can use it, but it's like you feel kind of bad afterwards. Like that's basically Xbox Live, and to hear people brag about this, it's like I remember the first time I went to my friend's house and we were playing something, Halo 3, with Xbox Live, and I'm like, you pay for this shit? Like in my head, I didn't, because you're in someone's house, you don't want to be an asshole in someone's house, but in my head, I'm like, this dude pays for this shit? Really?
Dude, in my opinion, the people bitching about the price, I'm sitting here thinking, guys, how long were you paying $50 a year for Xbox Live, even back in the early days of 360, when it was actually $50 a year?
And they paywalled that shit.
And you didn't have party chat. You couldn't access Netflix or your streaming applications. You couldn't do any of this stuff. You couldn't even do a quarter of the stuff you could do now. All they really allowed you to do is play online multiplayer and download demos. That was it. And you paid $50 a month for that. Oh, I'm sorry. You can message people using your system, which is clunky as hell. I'd rather use an old flip phone to message somebody. And then now they raise the price. You get more what you had before, and now you can access Netflix without without the paywall. Now you got this party chat function and all this other crap. Okay, that's great. You have all this stuff, and with Xbox One, you can stream to Twitch or whatever crap you got going on now. Great, but that's $60. And I know some of you are gonna say, "Oh, I don't pay full price." That's not the point. I've never paid full price. The most I ever paid was $35 for a full year. But even still, $60 a year, and yet Nintendo gives you most of what they offer and some of what they don't for $20. People, let's use practicality here. If I can get, let's use cars for example. Bugatti Veyron is $2 million. It's a very nice car, very fast car. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Top speed, over 260 miles an hour. I know cars. It's a great car, phenomenal machine. A Nissan GTR, $100,000. 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. Top speed, 200 miles an hour. Guess what? I'm okay with not having the same top speed if my car is only 1/20th of the price.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
I would take that. It's like, yeah, I don't have the same top speed as a Veyron, but you know what? And I can still compete with it going from red light to red light.
Yeah, not to mention you would need a. Whatever.
$20. I mean, how can you expect to get Xbox Live, which has been around for 15 years now? How can you expect to get that level of service for $20?
Well, I mean, like I said, it's not even that. I just don't like Xbox Live.
Let's be honest, this is Nintendo's 5th year, technically, if you count just like the Wii U. This is their 5th year actually dabbling in online functionality. The Wii had it, but the Wii U was like basically we got more than just 1 or 2 online multiplayer games.
Well, no, the DS had Metroid Prime Hunters, which had really for that system that had a robust as fuck online. I think it even had voice chat. I mean, that game was insane. And the thing is like I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm not one of those me too. Oh man, I gotta have exactly what everyone else has. I'm happy with not having I don't need to have I personally don't need to have.
I'm happy with free.
I'm happy with bare bones because, like I said in my video, look, most of the games that they're probably going to have on their virtual service, I either have physically, digitally, or a combination of both. Okay, so that's not really a selling point for me. Online, I mean, there's very few games I'm going to be playing online. Maybe Smash Brothers, maybe. If the single player shit, I probably won't get that though. If it's anything like
Smash 4
single player, I'm just and I never thought I'd say that because every other Smash Brothers game I have, but nah, man. After 4, I'm like, nah, man, I can't take that hit again. But I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, I guess the only one I'm really looking forward to is playing that Splatoon. But I mean, I haven't touched that game in weeks now because of, you know, Xenoblade.
I just started back playing it about a month ago, but even in regards to that, like, I remember when Liger and I were first discussing this when the Switch came out, and Liger mentioned this first, and I agree. I thought their whole idea was, okay, we thought the paying for online was to compensate for offering the service for third-party games, that Nintendo would probably make their own games free to play online.
No, man, it's a cash grab.
but see, here that brings me to my next point. You bastards out there, you acted like selfish, entitled children. You kept comparing Nintendo to the other consoles and what they have, when Nintendo has been telling you since the beginning of gaming that we are not competing. We're going to do our own thing regardless of what they do across the street. We don't care. They can have that red ocean. We got the blue one. We don't care. If you don't get that message with the Wii, with the GameCube, if you didn't get that message, then you're just dumb as hell. But they've been telling you this. But you guys kept screaming. They kept screaming.
Is the red ocean getting related to the red ocean from Neon Genesis Evangelion by any chance?
No, the red ocean is basically just a marketing term meaning that you basically
targeted audience, basically.
Well, you compete where you don't have a lot of competition. So, you know, like, let's say, like, for example, I mean, like, okay, they're like the closest establishment to my business is Dave and Buster's, and that's in Anne Arundel, Maryland, which is quite far away from where I am. Okay, so basically where I am is like the blue ocean because I have no competition, right?
Right.
If people want to have, now if I were to open my business right across the street from Dave and Buster's, I'd be out of business in like 6 months, because why would you go to my little piece of shit when you go to Dave and Buster's and get more? You know, so that's the red ocean. And I mean, to be honest, Nintendo has failed when they basically tried to be like so and so, whoever so and so is.
Exactly.
That's when they kind of fucked up.
And they've been telling us this from the jump. We're not going to compete. But these gamers, even some of these entitled Nintendo fans, some of the ones I know and respect a lot, have been saying this for a while. We need voice chat. You didn't have voice chat for fucking years, and you were just fine without it. Now, that you got a little taste of Xbox Live and PSN with some online multiplayer and a few voice chat sessions. Now you think it's a requirement for any console?
And
Shut up.
shitty voice chat too. That's the thing.
You're not using voice chat for Mario. You're not using voice chat for any other Nintendo IP out there. And most of Nintendo's IPs are one player offline games that people love. Guess what? Did you have voice chat when you were playing Mario Party locally? Yeah, in your living room, actually talking to a person. But no, you didn't. But even those dedicated fans, those fans, started screaming for voice chat. And oh, why don't we have this feature? And with Xbox, I can download my games if something happens to them because they tied to my own account in the cloud. Okay, well guess what? Now you have these features, but you're mad because you have to pay for it now. And you're mad it's not seemingly as sophisticated. You guys asked for this. You didn't realize that no matter how bare bones it is, free is still fucking free.
Yeah. Like here's
now,
the thing.
Even,
I would prefer
I'm
bare
slightly put off
bones
because I'm having to now. The games I love, Splatoon, Rocket League, and many other games that I have that that I like to play online, especially Splatoon. Now I have to pay $20 a year to get the same thing that I've been getting since 2015 with the Wii U, with the first Splatoon, and even 2014 with Smash Brothers. Now I have to pay $60 for the game. Well, for me, probably about half to $40. I get my games on discount. But now I got to buy the game and pay for the service to get what I had less than 4 years ago completely for free because you guys want Nintendo to quote unquote get with the times. Congratulations. Yep. So now they may not do it as bad as the rest of them, but they're going to start charging you for stuff that I'm pretty sure Nintendo's like, well, it doesn't cost us that much. I'm pretty sure out of this $20 they're charging us per year, I'm pretty sure it only costs Nintendo probably about $2 or $3 to maintain their own servers.
Yeah, and I mean, like it's like I said, I like Nintendo. I've been a Nintendo fan for years and years and years and years and years. But I mean, it's like there's certain things where I'm like I can't support this shit. And I mean, it's not copacetic.
See, I understand your predicament because even you never paid for like Xbox Live or PSN. You never paid for them, so I get it. Me, I have paid for Xbox Live on occasion, never full price, but I paid for it. I never paid for PSN because that shit just really never worked. But I paid for Xbox Live on more than a few occasions. I would say out of the 15 years it's been around, I probably paid for about a good 6 of them, and that's me being honest. And that was roughly in the golden years of the 360 with Call of Duty and Red Faction and a few other games. But that's it. But now I feel like it's cheap, and I do think it's still worthwhile. But even still, I halfway have Red Fox's mentality. I'm not mad at Nintendo because they're doing exactly what you asked them to do. It's that simple. Same thing with Star Fox. They gave you what you asked for. You got pissed. With online, they gave you what you asked for. Now you're getting pissed. I'm sorry.
Now they create a survey asking Star Fox fans what their ideal Star Fox game is on Reddit.
Nintendo is going.
I don't even believe that's Nintendo because no one with something is going to go on Reddit for that shit.
It's a survey. That's a survey made by Star Fox fans for Star Fox fans.
Well, then that's not. Then it has no valid point.
The only thing Nintendo's going to do with Star Fox, I'm going to tell you right now, before we ever get a brand new Star Fox, they're going to port Zero to the Switch first.
I hope not.
And if that shit don't fail, we won't get a new one. But I'm telling you right now, if we get a new Star Fox game within the next 3 years, it's going to be Star Fox Zero ported to the Switch. I promise you. Because they're not going to waste time making a new game until they know the fan interest is there. And watch what happens. They're gonna make a dirty ass port. They're gonna port the Switch that just without second screen, and fans can be like, "Oh, it's a 9 out of 10." The same thing with Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, the people who are like, "Oh my god, Tropical Freeze, it's the best game ever." You know what? Fuck you, people. I'm sorry.
No, No, it's the same game ever.
It's the same goddamn game. They just added Funky Kong, and they're selling it for $60 goddamn. Man, Jesus Christ! I have never been so.
Dude, I told myself, I said, look, I'm not even interested in that game, but if I felt the need to buy it on Switch so my wife can play, I got the original game when it came out, day one. I said, but if I felt the need to get it on the Switch just so I can play it anywhere, I'm only gonna get it for that Nintendo Select price of $20 around the holidays.
Well, they removed it.
No, I'm talking about for the Switch. Games gonna sell on Black Friday.
No,
when that game comes on Black Friday, $20,
I'm
buying it.
They removed that game from the Wii U eShop because it was $20. So that let me put it this way. I'm gonna keep this real. That is a fucking price gouge right there. That's some fucking bullshit.
Still available in Europe and Japanese.
But Red Fox, here's why they did it. Here's why they did it, guys. Listen to this.
Because people will pay it. That's what.
No, let me this. And they're confident. Now Nintendo won't push it too far, but they're confident enough to push it a little bit. What is a Switch?
It's a weaker Wii U.
It's a repackaged. It is a rebranded, unoptimized Wii U, right? That's fully portable. That's all it is. And guess what? People found reasons not to buy the Wii U. They scalded that system. But what have they picked up in droves?
The weaker Wii U.
The Switch. Exactly.
I mean, ironically,
it makes, as a business, Nintendo said, guess what? All those fans that left us, that were talking about us, guess what? We just fucked them. So let's do it again because Nintendo knows almost every Wii U fan that owned the Wii U and loved the system, they're not going to buy most 90% of those people are not going to buy the game again. They're not. I'm actually confident saying the ones that are going to buy are the ones that wanted to play Bayonetta but didn't want to buy a Wii U because they felt the system was weak or not popular or lacked features, whatever. The same ones that said that when I bought a Switch day one, week one, month one, they're praising the system, and Nintendo said, let's put over a few games that didn't sell quite
Mario
that
Kart
well.
8, which sold like 9.3 million. And listen, God bless you if you didn't buy that game when it came out for the Wii U. But literally,
that game sold like 20 million so far.
What?
If you got the Wii U version?
Mario Kart 8? No,
Mario Kart 8.
I would say around, I want to say 15 million.
I thought it
like 15, 16 million.
8 million. Well, it sold like almost 9 million on the Wii U, and I know it sold already 7 million on the Switch, I think.
So 16 million, yeah, about 15, 16 million.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
so that game may actually it may actually catch up to, or at least come close to Mario Kart Wii.
I mean, listen, God bless them, but charging someone $60 goddamn for a port. I'm sorry, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, Red Fox. Hey, Red Fox. Guess what? I got another example for you. So, Skyrim.
Yeah.
Now, we know people that love that game have played it on one, if not 2 or 3 different platforms.
Yeah.
And yet, they want to play it again on Twitch. And that game wasn't discounted. It was not $40. It was not $50. That port, I don't care if it was a PC version.
Yeah.
That was $10. And I think it sold decently well.
Well,
look at Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. So
but
it's actually, I heard it's actually it's just the same on the Wii U, right?
But
here's the Switch version is actually unoptimized.
Breath of the Wild came out at the same time as for the Wii U as it came out for the Switch. So it's like, okay, it was a simultaneous release. I can understand both those games being $60. There is no reason for Skyrim for the Switch for being $60 when you can get Skyrim Special Edition even now, not even on sale, just the base price on PC and every other system for like $40 to $30. Like that's just some bullshit right there. I mean,
but special edition is also apparently inferior to the original version.
Yes, it is. The only addition is that you can use those shitty fucking amiibo with it. And I'm sorry, but if people are like, well, you can use the Legend of Zelda amiibo. Look, let me tell you something. As someone who has put 300 hours in the original Skyrim and like 300 hours in the Skyrim Special Edition and 400 hours into the original Skyrim, I can tell you right now, I'm about to say something that's going to make some people very upset, but I don't care. Basically, the best way to play a game like that is on PC, where you can have mods and add new content. You can't do any of that shit on the Switch version. People are like, well, it's portable. So the fuck what? I mean, hell, I can play Street Fighter. I can play Street Fighter 2 on my Game Boy. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna throw away my home console version of Street Fighter 2. Man, fuck that. I'm gonna play this shit on the Game Boy. Are you fucking stupid?
Red Fox, look. I only mention that to say this, dude. At the end of the day, Nintendo did a test. The Switch. That's why Nintendo, once again, like the Wii, they were caught by surprise.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure that even Nintendo said they're gonna recognize this shit as a Wii U, right? They're gonna recognize this, so we think it may sell 5 million. Wait, hold on. What the hell's going on? Well, we're already out of stock. Hey, we need some ports.
Well, so, I'll tell you this much though. Remember what they used to call the Wii U, the weak U? Well, the Switch literally is the weak U because it's a weaker Wii U. It literally, and all those people were like, I'm not going to buy a Wii U. It's weak. You bought a Switch, and that's literally the weak U.
Is it ever confirmed that it's weaker than the Wii U?
No, in other words, the Wii U with this architecture was actually it's been proven to be a very capable and probably the most optimized system ever designed.
Let me put it this way.
The Switch is easier to do, and it has more RAM, but it's not as optimized as the Wii U.
But the games, let me put it this way: there are games there are games that use the same engine, roughly speaking, that struggle on the on the Switch, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 does shit in that game. It's fucking struggles, whereas their shit is basically the same engine. No issues like that on the
Wii U
on the Wii U. So
that's even if you don't include the data the data downloads. Like the game, even after this, it still runs at a solid 30 frames per second.
So I mean, I'm just saying, they're just certain things because of the architecture and the nature of the Switch and the things that it has to do. Like, you know, where it has to stay a certain temperature, it can't overclock it. If it can't overclock when it's not docked or anything.
Because basically, I will say this though, and Shadow Fox pointed this out. The Switch is just as powerful as Wii U and more powerful in some ways. It's just not as optimized. But the Switch is handicapped based on it's handicapped by its own design because you can't
because it has to be portable.
Melt it.
Yeah,
it'll melt the plastic.
That's what basically brings it down is that it has to be portable. If the Switch didn't have to have a portable mode, it would probably be basically almost just like the Wii U. But the problem is that it has to be portable and sacrifices had to be made. I don't like that because I don't really give a shit about the portable aspect. I've used my Switch portably maybe 3 times. And I was like, it's okay. Because you can see games struggling to play, especially games that have a lot of processing that has to be done, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That game's almost fucking unplayable when it's done.
I've been using my Switch's portability to its fullest.
In
dock mode.
it's trash to me when it's not docked. I'm like, what is this shit?
I play basically all my games undocked. I have no complaints. Now, I will admit, you do see the downgrade on games like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You see the graphical downgrade, and it does have even more performance issues. But in no game to me ever felt even remotely unplayable in portable mode. Like I said, I played them all at work, out and about, sitting in a car, and that's why with Wi-Fi and without, it feels the same to me. It's just that, of course, you get the graphical bump and a performance bump when you dock the damn thing. But other than that, I have no complaints. But that's not me discounting, your experience with the Red Fox. But just for me, I don't have any issues with it being undocked. But I will say this: Nintendo with the Switch, they released that system unsure, just like they did with the Wii. They weren't sure how it was going to do. And when this shit caught on, they were caught by surprise. That was a confirmation that the naysayers, they
are
fucked
fucking
them.
stupid. Yeah.
They fucked them.
Because they literally they
Nintendo,
repackaged. Nintendo literally took the Wii U, ate it, shit it out in a box, put the name Switch on it, and these dumb motherfuckers picked the shit up. Oh, this is the best thing ever. It's the same shit you hated last year, but it's different. No, not really.
Yeah, it really is the same system. I've seen people on Twitter, especially in the early days of Switch, it's not a Wii U anyway. I'm like, dude, look at the form factor. Put the gamepad next to the Switch, and it really is the same damn thing. But okay,
And now they're putting the same damn games on it. So,
but when Nintendo saw that they were able to fuck these naysayers, Nintendo said, let's continue to fuck. Go ahead. You know what? And don't even bother putting out the KY. Let's continue to do it. So Donkey Kong Country launched at $50 on the Wii U. Let's add a mode. Let's add a character and launch for $60 on the Switch.
Yeah, literally, this is the most expensive DLC I've ever seen from Nintendo. $60 for one new character? Are you fucking kidding me?
Red Fox, the way I see this, Nintendo said, let's do another test. Let's drop this game. We're gonna drop for $60. And Nintendo, they were surprised. They found out they were able to fuck two people. The naysayers that clowned them, that got onto it because it wasn't Metroid, and they also got to fuck the media that thought the game was too hard, gave it a low score, and now the game's almost a perfect score. GameSpot, you have been exposed.
Fucking game.
The media. Hey, we know this.
To be fair, they were rated
that's why Wii U fans are pissed. That's why Wii U fans are both. That's why I would say that's why Wii U fans have been split. Some are pissed. Some don't give a damn. The ones in the middle, we're indifferent because we realize we have a choice. The ones that do want to buy the game and have it portable, we know our whole thought process is we're going to wait till there's a price drop.
I realize that we have a choice. I have no problem with that. What bothers me, what pisses me off, is that these people were like, man, this is the best game ever. The only reason they're saying that is because it's on the Switch and the Switch is popular. It's not because I'm gonna let you on a little secret. And I know some people might get upset when they hear this. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze isn't even the best fucking Donkey Kong Country 2. Okay? It's not. Alright? Okay? The best Donkey Kong Country 2 is Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest. Okay? That's the best one. So
are you saying that out of nostalgia factor?
No, I'm saying on a technical level that Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest is a tighter platform. It's more well polished. It's harder than Diddy Kong Country, the Donkey Kong Country 2 Tropical Freeze too. Because I mean, in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns, you have a timer. You have a life bar. Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country 3, it's one hit kills. I mean, that's it. One hit and your ass is grass. So, I mean, that's with more blind jumps and shit like that. And plus you can I mean basically those games were made when retro was at their best. And I'm sorry, I know people not retro when Rare was at their best. And I don't care what anyone says. Look, I love retro, but god damn it, they are not Rare. Okay, not Rare at their best. Okay.
Hey, but all I'm simply saying is Nintendo has done a few tests. The Switch launch was one of them, and of course, Breath of the Wild was one to an extent, although a minor one. Tropical Freeze was another test. This is all they're doing. Even non Wii U games that launched basically last year or even 4 or 5 years ago on other consoles, people are rebuying. Nintendo has realized that guess what? We ain't got to make that many new games. People are up here screaming at the Wii U saying, Nintendo, we need more new games to play, more new IPs. Nintendo realized these fuckers don't want new games. They want to be able to play all their old shit portably.
On their new shit,
So
yeah.
let's just go ahead and feed into their mentality. Do what PlayStation does. Let's just bring back a whole bunch of old shit, and you can say now on the Switch and watch it sell. Nintendo is going to make so much money, and guess what? It ain't just a Switch. Y'all think the 3DS is dying? I will say it's probably flattened out because 80 million people got one. But you don't think Nintendo has plans for the 3DS?
I
They
think
got plans.
well, I think with the 3DS, I think what Nintendo's gonna do is
2019 and beyond, bro. That's all I
no,
would say.
I think they're gonna push it to 2020 maybe, and
With
announce their new handheld in 2020, maybe release it in 2021.
Would that make that their longest running handheld?
No,
Because
the Game Boy was still getting games like 2 3 years into the Game Boy Advance's life cycle. So the
no,
Game Boy is still the king.
I'm talking in terms of lifetime. Because if it goes to 2020, that will make the 3DS literally 9 years old.
Yeah, but the Game Boy was released in '87, and they didn't stop making games for that till 96, 97. So
That's
10.
about 9, 10 years. Yeah,
So no,
about the same.
because I think like one of the last games for it, I'm playing one of the iterations of it was Shantae, and that was '97, and the Game Boy came out in '88. I want to say '86 or '87, '87, '87, '86 in Japan, '87 everywhere else. But let's just say '87 worldwide, and like '97 was the last official Game Boy game.
Uh,
Like the Game
um,
Boy, look, the Game Boy is still king. I don't think the 3DS is going to take out
hey,
the
it
gray
may not.
brick
It may
anytime
not.
soon.
Hey, you're right. It may not take it out in terms of longevity, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna take it out in terms of profit margin.
Well, of course.
Because the 3DS, think about it, man. That eShop alone destroys any and everything else out there.
yeah, but the different iterations of the 3DS are they're constantly using new technology, even though it's gotten cheaper over time. The Game Boy was basically using a fucking calculator processor, a graphing calculator processor in the shit. So I mean, that's
Hey,
way
no,
cheaper.
no, not taking away anything from it. I'm just simply saying that overall, I'm just trying to tell people I'm a Nintendo fan. I'm a gamer. People, I play all consoles, I play all platforms. I'm just telling you now, Nintendo has realized, just like with the Wii, they're fucking these same people
Yeah.
that had so much shit to talk about their last console, about the way about their new system and how it is and what it lacks, what it doesn't have, what it should have. Guess what? All Nintendo is saying is keep talking because you're still buying. That's all that matters. Keep talking. As long as your wallet talks to us, you can talk all the shit you want. Keep giving up that ass because we're going to sit here and take it. And that's all they're doing. That is all they are doing. That's why you're going to see more Wii U ports. You don't think it's going to be more? And it doesn't bother me because I have those games. I don't feel forced to buy them. But all you guys that didn't want to buy them on the Wii U, guess what?
Mhm.
You now got to buy them on the Switch because you wanted ports, and then they started coming. You say you didn't want ports, and now you're mad because the ports are the same, if not more expensive, for 4 and 5 year old games. Guess what? Go out and buy them because see, we bought them We played them. We don't have to spend $60 again. But now you got to spend that money. And you know what's so funny? You're probably spending more than we spend.
Yep. I mean, here, I don't know. Here's what I'll say about it. Basically, Nintendo is essentially they're like, yeah, it's like when they released Mario Kart 8, they're like, well, I'm just gonna put the head in, and and then they did Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Yeah, really, just a little bit more, and now they're just gonna keep on going and going and going. And I'm sorry, but I don't like people doing that to me. So that's why I didn't buy those games. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna support this shit. But you know, for you people who weren't gonna buy the Wii U and all that stuff, I hope you enjoy getting reamed out by the We Would Like to Play guys, because they're back and they are not fucking around. We would like to play.
Hey, listen. And Shadow Fox mentioned this before the Switch launch. Nintendo was at some kind of press conference. They were at Apple's press conference, I think. And Shadow said he noticed that Miyamoto was like there in the front row. And he's like, why the hell was Miyamoto there?
Because they can learn how to fuck people with exorbitant prices too.
Not just that.
Just like Apple.
But what does Apple do well? Outside
fuck
of the
people
iPhone,
with exorbitant prices.
one thing that Apple's been ahead of, they may not make their products may not be the most advanced, but what's the one thing they do about their products that no one else can come close to? They make one type of product. No, they make one of that product, and they have a shit ton of accessories.
Yeah.
So look at the Switch. You already got what 6 different colors of Joy-Cons. I know people that already bought 2 or 3 sets, and then look, all the skins you can add to it, all the covers.
I mean,
the straps, the different color straps, like these are things. I know that we had it too, but look at this. The Switch is essentially a mobile device as well, one you can customize easily, whether it be gel covers for your Joy-Cons or buying different color Joy-Cons all together. I know people that have already bought like 2 or 3 sets, and guess what? They are not part of a family. They're just buying it because it's different colors. Nintendo said, I think from Apple, they got the thing of, you know what? We want you guys to accessorize the hell out this console. Just make shit. That's why you got $80 docking stations, $90. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
And we all know that thing probably cost Nintendo $20. It probably cost $20.
I personally just think all this shit is just them following the Apple mantra of fucking people over with exorbitant prices for shit that's not worth that much. Because that's what Apple does. That's what Apple's been doing for years.
No. I think you're right, but
buy this expensive ass shit that's really shit.
But Nintendo does have one thing that if you want it, you have to come over to their side. We all know what it is. Their
games. Yeah.
If you want to play their games, it's only one way to do it. I don't care how much of a PlayStation fanboy you are. I don't care how much you say you hate Nintendo. But if you love Mario even a little bit, if you love Zelda even a little bit, you know where you got to come from. You have to go. You have to go.
I don't need Breath of the Wild. I don't need Mario Odyssey. I got Kratos. That game is so not God of War. I'm sorry, fuck that game.
I'm just saying, Nintendo is smart because they have an exclusive product that has remained exclusive, and it probably will continue to remain exclusive. And that's how you keep your that's how you stay in business. You have to offer something no one else has. That's why Netflix is doing it. That's why Starz is doing it. That's why everyone out there, that's why McDonald's has a Big Mac and Burger King has a Whopper. You have to offer something that people cannot get anywhere else. And Nintendo knows it's our IPs. No matter what system we make our system designed to run our games flawlessly. And guess what? no matter how much you hate us, no matter how much you hate our tactics, if you want to play that new Mario, you want to play the new Smash, you got to buckle down and buy our console
Yep.
and the game, and now you got to buy the online service to go to with it. So for any newcomer that wants to play Smash, you got to pay $300. And you want a pro controller, you want a real controller to play it with, you got to pay $70. That's
Oh, God.
$370 plus 20 for the online, so you got to pay $390 at that point, plus the game, another
Well,
$60.
I got
So a
something
person
cool.
that wants to play, so someone that wants to play Smash and doesn't have a Switch yet, they will play Smash this fall. They got to fork over $450 plus tax.
Just absorbent. I mean, basically, this is kind of sad, but this is what you get, folks. These are the people who are like, yeah, we want Nintendo to be like Microsoft and Sony. Congratulations, fuckers. Now
Yep,
we got
because-
these. Now we got this shit.
Because
This is-
guess what, people? If it wasn't for you guys bitching, the Switch would be probably a 2018, 2019 launch. But the Wii U would still be going strong, and we would still be getting some of the same shit we're getting right now. Some of these same games, probably. We would probably even have Mario Odyssey on the Wii U if it wasn't for you
Probably.
guys.
Probably.
But guess what? Guess what? You
But-
had to keep
But
bitching.
Miyamoto just confirmed that the Super Mario Odyssey was intended to be a Switch game and not a Wii U game.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. Dude, let me tell you
That's
something.
called marketing.
No,
Okay?
no.
Because he
Let me
confirmed
tell you
back in
something.
2013 that there wouldn't be a traditional 3D Mario game until the next.
Look, man. Look,
That's fine.
listen.
But
Okay.
let me tell you something.
This called
the
saving face.
This is,
Okay.
this is the same Nintendo that made Mario Galaxy that they made Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
So let's not talk shit. Nintendo knows. Okay, they want Nintendo to go ahead and tell the Switch owners, Breath of the Wild was actually designed for the Wii U. We took out some features
it
to
was
make
designed for the Switch. It could only be done on the Switch. It's on the all
because even Liger said when he played the game before it came out, they fully utilized the gamepad. But for parity's sake, they took out those features to make it equal to the Switch version wouldn't feel inferior because it didn't have a second screen. He said when he first played it, it had all those weapons and shit, the weapons, all the stuff that you have to use the D-pad for on the Switch version, you actually had all on the gamepad, even a map. But they took that shit out for parity because if the Wii U version had that stuff, I'm telling you, I'd probably play that version more so than the Switch version.
Yeah.
So, but you won't hear Nintendo coming out and saying, "Well, Breath of the Wild was a dedicated Wii U title. We just ported it because that wouldn't make your new console look good." So of course he's gonna say we wouldn't make another Mario game for the Wii U. If the Wii U was at 30 million, 30, 40 million right now, they would have made Mario Odyssey for that bitch.
Yep.
They would at least made 3D World 2. They would at least did that.
They would have made that shit work. So I mean, like, here's the thing, okay? I'm not saying like I understand what you're saying. You're like, well, but I mean, people say shit like that all the time. There's always it's called bullshit marketing speak, okay?
So if that were the case, then we shouldn't believe Sakurai saying that Ridley is too big for Smash.
No, they could put Ridley in there.
Dude,
Look,
let me
man,
ask you
it's a
this.
video.
Did anyone
Program it can be there, okay?
I hear people all the time saying, "Oh, this character couldn't fit. This character wouldn't make sense." Did anyone think Game & Watch made sense?
Nope,
What,
he was
Mr.
supposed to be a
Game & Watch?
surprise character.
Yeah.
Like,
What about Duck Hunt Dog? Did he make sense to be in the game? No, not really. I don't think so. There are many characters in Smash that you wouldn't think make sense in Smash. They make it work. They're putting Isaac in the damn Blade Strangers game. He don't make no damn sense. I'm just simply telling you, Nintendo can do whatever the hell they want to do. But what they do is they test markets. They see, just like Star Fox, Nintendo made, Star Fox wasn't a high-end title. It was a mid-tier title.
Yep.
But Nintendo want to see, okay, let's give the fans what they want. We're basically going to give them a remastered, updated version of this game, what they're asking for. Updated visuals, more features, gyro and basic gameplay control.
Made by the people they wanted. Made by
the people they wanted. Nintendo did the same thing they did with the GameCube. They followed our requests to a T, and fans did not show up. Not only did they not show up, they skulked them. So Nintendo said, okay,
Fuck you
all right,
guys. That's
we
basically what
can't,
they
because
said.
listening to you, shit don't turn out right.
And
So
this is why we don't have a new F-Zero. This is why we haven't gotten a Golden Sun in years. This is why, because of shit like this.
that is why Nintendo is just proving to themselves over and over. Guess what? The people bitching about Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Wii U, Dr. Trey was right. The ones bitching are the ones that they think the game is too hard. That's it. Not that the game is really too hard, but it's too hard for them. Like the same person that couldn't play Cuphead. It's that simple. But Nintendo is seeing, you guys talk a lot of shit. Just like Nintendo knows, if they were to actually make a Mother 3, it may sell 1 million copies at best.
Yeah, because the people like, yeah, we want Mother, but you motherfucker. First of all, the reason Mother is not a big, seller is because the first Earthbound didn't sell all that well.
That's
same
because
thing.
the
And
RPGs
people-
weren't that popular back then.
Shit,
And
well,
on top of that,
well,
and
no, I mean RPGs were popular. It's just the RPGs of the time, like the RPGs that Mother was up against was like Chrono Trigger, Super Mario RPG, like some of the best 16-bit RPGs of all time. And while Earthbound deserves to be up there, it didn't look like it belonged in that company. So people just didn't have that type of, didn't give it the benefit of the doubt. But it's one of those cult games that people look at after the fact. They're like, this game's really fucking good.
But see, Nintendo has done the one thing we all should follow. Nintendo does, and they focus on what they're good at. See, gamers should do the same thing. Do you think I bought a PlayStation 4 Slim for the first party titles? I did buy it because I do buy the exclusives of each console because if I'm interested in it, like I'm probably one of the 10 people that bought Last Guardian. I bought it brand new. I didn't buy it for full price, but I bought it for brand new. I bought Last Guardian. I bought Gravity Rush. I
Can't
bought those
believe that,
games.
man.
Like
You
I'm
bought the
serious.
last
And you know
PlayStation
what?
3 game.
And guess what? I actually do enjoy the game. I actually enjoy it. But people talking all that shit. They didn't buy it. But see, I bought it for exclusives, but I also understand. Like me, I didn't buy Xbox One just for their few exclusives. I bought it because I knew when it came to online play, it really was overall it had the bigger community because that's what it specializes in. It specializes in shooters and online community size. You buy an Xbox One game that has online play, you're gonna have hundreds of thousands of players to play with every single day of the week. I don't care if it's a holiday. You will. Nintendo specializes in exclusive games and
Yeah.
all and especially games that don't require online capabilities. See,
Until
you
now.
guys want your Switch, you want your Nintendo console to have everything. I buy a Nintendo console what it specializes in. Nintendo specializes in game experiences. So I'm gonna always, more than likely, if it's worthwhile, I'm gonna buy their games. Just like I will buy third party games on a Sony console or even an Xbox console. But guess what? I don't buy any online multiplayer games for my PS4 because PSN is garbage. Hell, it gets hacked or shut down every couple of weeks. But just like when it comes, just like
I
I
mean,
don't
the
buy
thing
any
is
shooters.
that they're
but-
charging you for it, but it's really bad. Like
Exactly.
people think Nintendo's online is bad. PSN's still worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
But even still, my point is, I buy systems for what they excel in. So Microsoft, I buy their system to mainly play almost all my online multiplayer games. I know what I get when I get online multiplayer with them. PlayStation, I got them for their few exclusives, and I'm not doing any online games on their system because it's garbage. But see, I know people that buy all their online games for PS4. I'm thinking that's a shitty service. But to them, it's a more popular console, so they buy it for PlayStation 4.
Well, I mean, it's what
they
they have,
Exactly. So for me, I specialize. I buy what shit specializes for. That's how I look at it. If you bought a Switch for third party games, you're dumb as shit. I'm sorry.
Well,
You
I
really
mean,
are.
if they're third party exclusives, Like No More Heroes was a third-party exclusive. If it's a third-party exclusive,
if you bought a Switch for multiplats,
yeah.
you're dumb.
I mean, not to say that there aren't good third-party multiplats. For example, back in the day with the N64, the best third-party multiplat version of Gauntlet Legends is on the N64. Like that's the best version of multiplat version of that game, and that's the quote-unquote inferior version, but that's the way it is. It's one of those odd things. And there are sometimes Nintendo does have multiplats like that are like, this shit's much better than it has any business being. But you kind of have to shop around for games like that these days.
Very true, man. But like I say, I buy things for what they're meant for, plain and simple. The other stuff they have, it's secondary to me. So people complain about Nintendo's online service, complain. I'm just gonna play the games. It's that simple.
And if you don't like it, don't buy it.
Exactly. You have that choice.
I mean, no one's like, hey, buy this shit. I mean, if you look, folks, you can always look. You can always look if you don't like it, you can always go on your Wii if you have one and play Smash Brothers Brawl, folks. There you go. The online's free on that one.
Too bad the online is gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I can always spoof a server and do it that way. Either way, I can still play that game online if I try really hard.
Well, hell, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out. I got to do a few things before I prepare for my busy weekend.
Okay, have fun.
But Nintendo,
yeah, I'm going to bounce myself.
Continue to go ahead and use the lube and pump them all full of it.
No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. But yeah, it was fun being on this random cast with you guys. Sorry I came in late, but it's like I found out about the random cast at a random time, which I guess kind of fits the theme. But peace. You guys have fun. Pinky, I'm going to send you a message tomorrow.
Well, actually, I won't be around Saturday and Sunday. Remember, I told you.
Yeah, but tomorrow's Friday.
Oh yeah, Friday. So then we're gonna be having a podcast tomorrow then.
Well, I was going to record the podcast, like pre-record it, and then I just upload it, which would be much easier for me.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm gonna be like, I thought I was gonna be able to do something, but a member of my family sprung a thing on me, so I'm not gonna be able to do. But I still want to have a podcast, so I'm gonna pre-record it and then upload it. So that works out. So peace, y'all.
Yes. Well, peace out. I apologize. Something just major came up, and I had to leave.
Man, it's okay.
I didn't want to cut a podcast, and you guys keep on talking and do what you gotta do. So I apologize for the guys and listeners out there. Peace out, Red Fox. Go ahead. I'm gonna end it anyway. So. Anybody out there, sorry about me leaving just in the last moment. I had to go take care of some family business.
And I gotta leave as well because I have to go brush my teeth and head straight to playing Splatoon 2.
I got to. Yeah, because again, tomorrow they're gonna have the second part. Yeah, the second part of the Splatfest, which is Michelangelo versus Donnie. So I'm Team Michelangelo.
Mikey.
Yep.
So cowabunga, dudes.
Yep, I'm on Team Mikey. Yep, no problem. I'm on Team Mikey, so I'll check that out. But in any other way, I have 2 videos to let you guys know about that. I got 2 videos, so that's gonna come out. Zelda related, of course. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do the music stuff as well too, and see how that works out as well. Donnie's better. Whatever. But other than that, I apologize for people in the chat. Thank you guys for coming in and putting your putting your comments as well. Like I said, I got 2 Zeldas. One of them is the Zelda review for Breath of the Wild. Me and my sister, we did a review, so it should be up next week or maybe weekend. I'll see what to do with that one. And then also my idea for Zelda's, what would be a good continuation using the same engine, because it's a beautiful engine that they have. I want to use to keep the story going. Yeah, he sucked in TME 1. Yeah, because the game was limited. But when it became 2 and 3 and Turtles in Time, he was just as cool. Sprite. Anyway, there'll be that, and I'm trying to do 2 music mixes. I don't. The Xenoblade one gonna be a little longer than I thought because it's a little tougher the way I want to set it up. But like I said, we'll see how that works out. And let me see here. Yep. And of course, I'm working on the video that I was talking about yesterday or the day before about the industry and everything. So just a perspective on how things are going to be. So again, I apologize that I had to step away from the mic because I got to take care of a lot of business, because next month I'm heading back down to the Caribbean and I'm going to carry down some goods and help people, carry down some more stuff, help them for the hurricane season that's about to come. Hopefully there's no crazy hurricanes that's going to be, no hurricanes this year. Of course, but I'm going to help people, do I can, help them prepare, the old, the young, as much as I can, because that's just who I am, that kind of person. So, and technically speaking, that's what I had to step off the air to do. I had to talk to some people, figure out how we're going to get some merchandise. No, I ain't going to say merchandise. What I'm saying merchandise. Sorry. Not merchandise. How to get supplies. Because I was talking also about something else with the music that I'm doing, but get some supplies down there and everything to help people out as best as I can. So I'm gonna just, like I said, that's what I was doing. So that was my bad in that regard. We're gonna do is so next month it's gonna be that. So yep. So hope you guys pick your teams for Splatoon. Enjoy the Splatfest for tomorrow. Pick your Donnie or Mikey. Y'all have your fun and keep our eye on the channel, because there's gonna be some good stuff coming up. There'll be some good stuff coming up for sure on the channel that people you ain't seen in a while, because you really have not seen many videos from me in a while. So I'm gonna be releasing them out. And you know what it always is? There's no perfect games out there. What's perfect is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy your games on all consoles, even PC. You guys have yourself a fantastic night. I hope you guys have a great Friday. And prepare yourself for the weekend. Good night.